Since it was her first journey, she had planned it very carefully, very painstakingly, and she had thriftily saved whatever stray coins came her way. She resisted every temptation to buy sweets, toys, balloons, and other things. She even did not spend her pocket money when she went to enjoy the village fair, but she had resolutely stifled a strong desire. With a lot of determination, she had controlled her strong desire to enjoy the merry-go-round, just to be able to save money for this journey. After she had saved enough money, her next problem was how to slip out of the house without the mother's knowledge. But she managed this without too much difficulty, because every day her mother would take a nap from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock or so in the afternoon. So Valli used this duration for her excursion, her journey to the town. The bus continued moving forward. Sometimes she would feel that the bus was on the point of gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them from the opposite side, or a pedestrian crossing the road. But somehow it passed on smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely behind. Trees came running towards them, but then stopped as the bus reached them. Suddenly, she clapped her hands with joy as she saw a young cow with her tail high in the air, running very fast right in the middle of the road, right in front of the bus. The bus slowed to a crawl, and the driver sounded the horn loudly again and again. The loud horn frightened the animal all the more and confused it so much that it was always in front of the bus, though it tried running away. Valli found it very funny, so she laughed a lot. "Hey lady, haven't you laughed enough?" called the conductor. "Better save some for tomorrow." At last, the cow moved off the road and the bus started moving forward. Then they reached the railroad crossing. A speck of a train could be seen in the distance, growing bigger and bigger as it came closer. Then it rushed past the crossing gate with a huge roar and rattle, shaking the bus. The bus went on and passed the train station. From there, it traversed a busy shopping street, moving further on a wider thoroughfare. The child was very surprised to see bright looking shops and glittering display of clothes and other things. She was struck dumb with wonder. Then the bus stopped and everyone got off except this girl. The conductor asked her why she wasn't getting off. She replied that she would be going back on the same bus. Then she took out another 30 paise from her pocket and handed the coins to the conductor. The conductor asked what the matter was. She said there was nothing wrong. She just felt like enjoying the bus ride, that's all. Then the conductor asked her if she wanted to take a look at the side, but then she says no. She refused, saying that she would be afraid to go to the market all alone. The conductor was quite amused by the girl's way of thinking, and he said, "But you weren't afraid to come by the bus." Then she says that was nothing to be afraid of. Then the conductor asked her if she would like to go to that stall nearby and have something to drink. She refused. The conductor even offered to bring her a cold drink, but she refused, saying that she did not have enough money. When the conductor said that it would be a treat, she still refused. She just waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. Then the conductor asked her if her mother would be looking for her. She said no one would be looking for her. The bus started and she again started enjoying the wonderful sight. She wasn't bored in the slightest and watched everything with the same excitement she had felt the first time. But suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside, just where it had been struck by some fast moving vehicle. Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to town? She asked the conductor. The conductor nodded. She became quite sad. She felt it was a lovable, beautiful creature just a while ago, and now suddenly it had lost its charm, its life, and it looked so horrible, so frightening as it lay there, looking at the dead cow. She felt quite sad. She lost all the enthusiasm that she had. She no longer wanted to look out of the window. She simply sat glued to her seat until the bus reached her village at 3:40. This shows that the girl was quite sensitive and she felt really bad to see the dead cow. Once she reached the village, she turned to the conductor and said, "Well, sir, I hope to see you again." "Okay, madam," he answered her, smiling. "Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us. And don't forget to bring your fare." She laughed and jumped down the bus. Then away she went, running straight for home. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake and talking to one of her aunts, the one from the South Street. This aunt was a real chatterbox. She used to talk a lot and she used to be very concerned about other people's affairs. So she asked where she had been when she saw Valli entering the house. She had asked very casually, not expecting a reply. So Valli just smiled and her mother and aunt went on with their conversation. They continued talking. "Yes, you are right," her mother said. "So many things in our midst and in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often can't understand it completely, can we?" The mother had been talking to the aunt, so it was just in context of their conversation that they could not know about everything happening outside. But Valli said yes, because she knew that no one had come to know about her trip to the town. "What?" asked her mother. "What's that you say?" "Oh," said Valli, "I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge." "Just a chit of a girl, she is," said her aunt, "and yet look how she pokes her nose into our conversation, just as though she were a grown up lady." The aunt says that she was quite a young girl, but she was still poking her nose and listening to their conversation, the conversation of the elders, and she was behaving like a grown up lady. Valli smiled to herself. She did not want them to understand her smile. But then there wasn't much chance of that, was there? She was quite happy and quite satisfied that there was no chance of her mother and the aunt knowing that she had already taken a trip to the city without their knowledge. The author wants to emphasize that children are not as ignorant or as vulnerable as the adults think them to be. Another thing that the story emphasizes is the child's knowledge of life and death. The child comes to know that life and death are integral to each other. She was very happy to see the cow jumping and running, but seeing the same cow's dead body made her quite sad.